All right, we're gonna try to give this another whirl because obviously I'm really struggling with trying to navigate this MacBook and trying to give you guys a video, of thought, a release thoughts video of my newest novel, novella, actually in focus. So if you are new to this particular side of town, my name is Chris Stevens. I am a freelance journalist, independent author, podcaster, pretty much a random ass dude who loves reading and writing. So that is the onus for today's little video, whatever the hell I'm trying to do here. In focus. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, if you're new to me, first of all, how do you like this shirt? This comes from Jazmen from Blk N Bkish. Thank you, Jazz. Greatly appreciate this. This is lovely. And as the message goes, support black authors all day, every day. All right. Back to the point at hand. I'm going to try to keep this short because I don't want to, drag on in my little back room studio, whatever again, I'm just, making it up as we go. I got to clean up back here, trying to, rearrange some things so it feels a little bit more like a creative space instead of, Fred Sanford's house, but we'll get there. This is my ninth fictional work. I'm working on a couple of non-fiction things as we speak, but this is my ninth non-fiction book. It's my third romance, and I actually had a full novel lined up for the summer. It was going to be based in rural North Carolina, but I hated the ending. And when you hate the ending, then you pretty much have to, shelve it and start again with something else. I may end up revisiting it next summer because it's a summer-themed romance novel, kind of like, this one is, kind of like In Focus is. And I just hated the ending. I couldn't come up with one that I felt fit the characters. So I just said, you know what? Gonna let it go. And something interesting happened. I found a new source of energy, a new source of, new source of creative, inspiration. And it was just like, I can finish something before the summer's over, because even though Labor Day is officially considered the unofficial end of summer, summer doesn't end until September 21st. So I decided to say, okay, all right, I'm going to try to get something out by September 21st or earlier. And I pantsed the hell out of In Focus. Like, it literally was just me. And to bring it, use a frame of reference for me, I'm a huge wrestling fan, and The Undertaker just retired. And The Undertaker had a saying when he was a biker Undertaker, Big Evil. He said, there's too much talking and not enough fighting. So shut up and fight. So I took that and I just said to myself, shut up and write. Like, I beat myself up so much. Oh my God, my writing sucks. I'm not as good as I thought I was. I'm following these great indie authors that are putting out like top flight romance novels on their own. And I'm like, I can't do this shit, man. I can't do it. And then something else said, shut up and write. So that's what I decided to do. And just to get to In Focus, Nathan Dash, he's a filmmaker. He got himself together. Let me make sure this doesn't go out on me. He got himself together after, losing a job, having to move back home. He's back out on his own because he sold a pilot that got him a lot of money. And he was just, he had, the material trappings, but his best friend Ben was like, yo, you can't live on an island. And Nate's like, man, you full of shit, whatever. So he decided to go for a walk at Sharp River Park, which, if you're from Wilmington, Delaware, you'll find is based loosely on the riverfront and the Riverwalk. So he meets Kyle Davis. And why I chose Kyle for a name for a woman, it was just random as hell. Like, we all know that women have they're given names and, or names that are assigned or ascribed to them. But I wanted to do something different. Like, if you've ever read something from me before, like if you read the Dexter Shawn series, I have a woman in there. Her name is Tyler. But I wanted to kind of keep that, frame of reference, like, something off the beaten path, something that's not, gender specific. But you'll know she's a woman once you read the book. So Kyle is running with her best friend, Londa, and Nate is listening to a podcast called Brew Ha Ha. And that's Bruja space AH. You know, it was a character I made up on the fly. Again, I pants the shit out of this novel. Like, I don't recommend pantsing as, you know, as a general rule. I just don't. So doing that, you know, it just all came to me in once that, you know, they're gonna meet while he's walking and having this epiphany. She's looking to see if this relationship that Kyle's supposed to be in, really not in. And they meet, they go on a date, they have a lot of fun after the date, and the story just unfolds from there. Like, I literally just pants the hell out of it. Just said, I'm going to shut up and write. And the way it came out, it worked perfectly. It worked absolutely perfectly. And I'll have to give a ton of love to Nicole Falls. She did a Yeoman's or Yo Woman's, what? I don't know, whatever. She did a hell of a job, you know, sweetening it up for me. Like, you know how back in the day when musicians, like bands would do, like, you know, just jam in the studio, and some producers and, you know, folks would add strings and horns. They would call those the sweetening sessions. Well, Nicole did a hell of a job in her sweetening session of sweetening up this book for me. So definitely want to thank Nicole Falls. You should definitely read her stuff as well. She's tremendous. I've been on the Falls in Love podcast. She is amazing. So thank you, Nicole, for sweetening up In Focus for me. Greatly appreciate you. Also, you know, it just flowed better. Like, you know, it flowed better than the previous work in progress I was working on. It just all came together, and I said, you know what? We're going to get this out. We're going to throw caution to the wind. And today, September 8th, well, actually, I published it September 4th because I screwed up on the pre-order, so I just had to put it out. So it's actually been out since the 4th, which was Friday, but I consider today, September 8th, the official release date for In Focus. So it's very short. It's about 85 words. Oh my God, I would never publish something 85 words. 85 pages. 85 pages of, you know, romance. And it's only 99 cents on Kindle. So if you like the book, then you got something sweet for $1. If you don't, well, you only lost $1. So just let me know what you think. My overall thoughts was, I'm just glad to be back to writing because I spent so much time. If you're looking at this video, you can see that my head is abnormally large, even though the beard kind of covers a lot of it. And my body's kind of slim because I literally just reshaped my entire body just by walking and running. I was 350 pounds back in December of 2018. As of this morning, I'm 235. So, I mean, you know, that was where my main focus was. I was trying to reshape my physical self, and now I have to work on my mental self. I'll probably do another video about that in another time, but it just felt good to get back to writing, and I'm probably going to start something else as soon as I, you know, recover, give myself about a week or two to, you know, just, you know, veg from the process of In Focus. The process for In Focus really wasn't hard. I just wrote. Nicole was willing to help me with, you know, just tightening some things up. And it's out there. Hopefully you enjoy it. You'll find a link in the bio, or you'll find a link in this video, is what I'm trying to say. You'll also find a link to Jazmen's Blk N Bkish shop where you can get this lovely t-shirt and a lot of other cool black author-themed items. Yeah, I really didn't know how this video was going to go because I'm very self-conscious about being in front of the camera, as is, self-conscious about my voice. And I like the way this is flowing. Like, we already closing in on 10 minutes of me just yapping, and I'm not a yappy person normally. And this is from a person who's been podcasting on and off for almost 10 years. So, that pretty much, you know, my overall thoughts is it's just good to be back writing. It's good to be back doing something that I love. It's good to be back, you know, putting it out there and letting people see, you know, what I write about, and hopefully they enjoy it. If they do, perfect. If not, just got to get better, because there's always room for us to get better. So, that is going to do it for the release thoughts of In Focus. If you had to ask me real quick what a favorite scene was, I wrote, writing sex scenes, I'm going to keep it a buck. It's hard as hell. And if you'll notice, most of the perspective of those two scenes is going to come from Kyle. So yes, I am a man. I wrote a sex scene from a woman's perspective. Thankfully, because of the great, you know, feedback that I've received from a lot of betas and folks, I'm not going to end up on that worst men's worst sex writing scenes list. That is my greatest fear. If you're ever wondering if I'm writing romances, I really don't want to be one of those dudes that ends up on that. Oh my God, what the hell is he writing? Has he ever had sex before? Not that that matters, but I mean well, actually, yeah, it kind of does. But, I just don't want to end up on that list. That is my greatest fear. So, writing 2 sex scenes, mostly taking place from a woman's perspective, was hard as hell, but it was something I wanted to challenge myself to do. And hopefully it comes out right. Hopefully people read it and enjoy it. Hopefully the women that read the scenes enjoy them. But my favorite scene probably is when, that would give the book away. So just read it. 99 cents, 85 pages. What's that? A cent per page? Like not even 2 cents per page? Just, you'll enjoy it. And being an author, being a creative and an artistic person, we're our harshest critics anyway. So if I can read through In Focus and not pick the damn thing apart because I liked it, I think you will too. So that's going to do it for this video. Wow, 11 minutes. I thought this was only like 5 or 6, but once I start rolling, I guess I'll start rolling. Thank y'all for watching and listening. Once again, you will find a link. You will find a link, 2 links. One to In Focus, which you can buy on Amazon Kindle for 99 cents, and a link to Jazmen Green's Blk N Bkish shop where you can get this lovely t-shirt. Support black authors once again. And that's going to do it. Until next time, y'all be good. Be good at it. 100.